Good afternoon, everybody. Just want to share a brief word with you entitled it Trust the Process. What I've been dealing with in 2017 is learning how to trust God through his definite breaking process. As I look at scripture, I have a whole different revelation on what God is doing. If you notice in the 17th chapter of 1 Samuel, you hear about a shepherd's boy taking on a giant. This giant, Goliath, was over 10 feet tall, the Bible said, and he was their champion. David says in the 45th verse, he says, "Then said David to this Philistine, Thou comest to me with a sword and a spear, with a shield, but I come to thee in the name of the Lord of hosts, God of the armies of Israel, whom thou hast defied." This is the thing I want you to understand. I'll propose to you a different theory, something just a little bit different than what you ever heard. David didn't kill Goliath. Yeah, I come let you know that. David didn't kill Goliath. Goliath was not destroyed by a slingshot. Goliath was destroyed by a man that trusted in God. God showed up and worked through his anointed. When God anoints you, the enemy will come against you with all kinds of attacks. But I want you to understand something very clearly. If you trust in the process, if you trust in God and he that is in control of over all heaven and all earth, God will come and give you victory. David had to remember that when he was out tending the sheep, a lion and a bear tried to come and get the sheep. And David used his blessing. His blessing was his skillfulness, his hand of war to defeat the lion and the bear. And he remembered his battle with the lion and the bear. I want you to go back and remember your most powerful fight against the enemy. I want you to go back and remember the time when everything was against the wall. It looked like you never were going to make it. I want you to go back and remember that. And the same God that brought you out of that is going to bring you out of this. Because if you trust the process, God will not fail. God will not leave you. God has not forsaken you. Remember, the 3 Hebrew boys did go to the fiery furnace and they did not smell like smoke. But you got to trust the process. You got to let God do the work. God showed up and rose up in a young boy to stand against a man that was over 10 feet tall with a sword, who defied a whole nation of other men. This young man did what he had to do because he trusted in God. God's people were vindicated. The enemy was left defeated and God was exalted. But I want you to understand, God is exalted. The enemy is defeated and Jesus Christ is Lord. Trust the process. No matter what giant is standing in your way, God is greater than your giant. For your word says, greater is he that is in me than he that's in the world. Let's go get this, baby. Trust the process. I'm out.